Hey, Mark, how's it going?
I'm good. How you doing today?
Good.
Good.
Now, you had a request.
Yeah, I thought it was a good one. Um, and we like these requests. I mean, I never thought of this idea, and I thought it was a genius idea. Someone made a comment a couple days ago and says, "Hey, can you do a video on some red flags to say of selling, maybe red flags of buying, um, pitfalls in the market, etc." And that's good because we're seeing the general public is seeing one thing in the market, I believe, and we're seeing another one because we see the numbers all the time. We see what's selling, we see what's listed, we see what's being decreased, we look at days on market. General public doesn't have all that data. Well, it's out there, but they don't go looking for it. So, this is, what we see is different, and what I'm seeing is there's a lot of pricing errors in the market, right? So, one red flag to me, and before we dive deep, is the pricing is wrong for today's marketplace. I've been talking about this for months now, and we haven't seen the change. It's pretty bad when we see, you know, 584 freehold listings in Barrie and less than 15 firm properties today, but not all in Barrie. I'm going to say there were six. It's less than 1% of the inventory is selling on a weekly basis. There's a problem, and it's called pricing.
Well,
So
listen, you and I, every day we look at a thing. You know what? I might be able to share this with people so that they can actually see it, because there's the thing on the board, people, that is called a market watch. So these are the new listings today, price decreases. So everything is all in a little wee bundle here. And you can do it for today, you can do it for 3 days, 24 hours. So when we are looking for new listings or what we're watching, we call it kind of a hot sheet, right, Mark?
mhm, pretty much.
And my little market watch is set up for Barrie, Aurelia, the whole Simcoe County area, kind of. So when you look at the solds, I think these are the new listings. So when I look at the new listings, I'm like, oh my God, like look at how high everything is.
Okay, so pull up Rucker. Pull up Rucker, but let me make a comment first because I didn't finish what I wanted to say. So this will lead into it. So when we talk about the amount of inventory in the marketplace, it's up double digits from last year. Transactions are down. I think is it year to date 12% year to date? Yeah, I think it's 12% year to date. And it's a pricing problem. So people are when I say pricing problem, people aren't looking at what is sold, they're looking at what is listed and basing their pricing off that. That is the number one thing that I see in this marketplace. This home right here is not a 719,500. I can tell you right now. Not happening. It's on Brucker, backs onto ESSA. It doesn't show that great inside. To me, that may be a 650. Maybe a 650.
Oh, this is the same model you sold.
It is. It is. And we got 8 for that 2 years ago. But look how dated that is.
Yeah, you guys updated the bathroom.
We did. We did. We updated some things on it. But this price, I like the floor plan of this. I don't love the street. A lot of rentals, older part of Holly area. Um, Backs onto ESSA, can hear some traffic, and it's dated. I'm not seeing too many townhomes selling the sevens. I'm not, unless they're newer and really updated.
Yeah, it's
That ain't a seven. Sorry, it's not. Where did we get the price from that? That's what I'd like to know. And that's the $1 million question, folks, that I don't know where they got the price. I'm either going, is it what the seller says? I think it's worth this, but we're the experts in the business. We should be guiding them. I shouldn't say telling, guiding them to what is selling in the market. That's it. Not to, oh yeah, 719. Yeah, I totally agree. I think it's 719. Wow.
well, this one actually looks low to me.
I thought it was good, well priced. I thought it was well priced.
Well, yeah, it's actually close to the exact same size as the one I sold, eh?
Yeah, I thought that's well priced. I think it's priced properly. Really good.
Now this is an Angus.
Yeah, a little cheaper, but price is great. I think price is priced properly. But what are some of the pitfalls that you see? What are some of the red flags that you see in this from, mine is listening to what's being listed on the market today. Not really we're not looking at solds as much as we should. We're not looking at how our, your listing example will compare to what is selling, and because there's lots of competition. So there's my top three right there. Give me yours, top three that you think.
My top three right now is, I think, first of all, don't look at what the list price on in the area is. I just listed one today and I pulled up the solds from the last 2-3 months and we priced it based on the solds. We didn't even look at the listings.
Oh,
Um, and I think another big important thing is that people aren't, the houses, a lot of them like have issues that they're not dealing with.
they're not staging a property. There's cleanliness issues. There's clutter issues. Here's a couple examples right here. Look at it. You know, you could better prepare because there's a lot of competition on the market. And how is your property going to stand out to what is listed? Right?
Yeah, and sometimes people, like, you have to be brutally honest with yourself when you're looking at other listings and say, oh, my house is better than that one, or my house is just as good as that one. You need to be kind of honest with yourself and be able to be like, I know people are emotionally attached and it's a big investment in their life, and I get it. But like, if you're looking at this house is $699, it's 3+1 with 2 bedrooms. It's not a bad price, really, for fully detached.
I agree. It's priced properly. Nothing wrong with that price point. It's not.
Yeah, this one's good. But when
Yeah.
you're looking and you see that you have carpet everywhere, okay, so there's carpet all over the place. You have a dated kitchen. You do have a lot of clutter. You have a dated bathroom. So how much do you have to put in to make this thing like up to date and decent?
Well, I think the seller right there has priced it properly for the market for taking those considerations into account. If we were looking at in that 749 or 750, I'd say you're 50K overpriced, right? You're a lot of money overpriced. So, I really think people should really put a lot of prep into the presentation, which I find people are not doing as much. The market's crowded with listings, Diane. So maybe show some viewers what we're talking about on the listing side on the spreadsheets and make them show them from our update in July 15th, halfway through the month, what we're seeing.
Well, what
Should
I wanted to show is like, this is in Holly. This is like almost the same thing. And I wanted to see, I wanted to kind of look 3+1 bed, 2+2 bath, 749. It's not horrible.
No, it's got some size. I think look at the presentation is there. I think the presentation,
Presentation's there.
right? I don't mind the room sizes, don't mind the kitchen. I don't think it's a bad price,
No,
right?
I'm
Don't want
trying to see some, Mark, that what I'm trying to do before we go over to the spreadsheet is I'm trying to see some that I looked at and thought, like, are you out of your mind? 800. Nelson Street, 800,000.
I like the work they've done in there. I do like the work done in there. Right? I like
Small, Mark.
it's tiny. Do I think it's an 8? No, I don't. But they've done a nice job,
They
presentation.
have done a nice job.
They sunk some money into this place.
The problem is the area, because like the bedrooms are small.
Small, pull up the history on it too and see how long it's been listed. Because that's another thing too.
They won't give me the history here. Hold on. It's new.
Yeah, okay.
It's
So,
new. But you're also looking at 800 with no garage.
and it's tiny. What's the square footage on that?
Square footage.
See, this is the thing, like pretty always sells, but pretty and small
Under
sometimes
1,100.
11. So it's tiny. You can get a decent sized house for 800K.
Well, this is what my problem is. This is exactly what my problem is so we're now at 825,
Look at
three
this one.
bed, three bath.
This was decent. I looked at this afternoon.
Do you
Dated.
see, do you see what I mean?
I agree. You got a 2,200 square foot house here,
Yeah.
right? With a
So,
double
so
garage.
how relatively, how do you think you're getting 800 for that? And this is 825.
Right. So it goes back to the listing of, oh, it's pretty. So we've seen some around the corner, similar square footage, nice, pretty listed for 850. So we'll go under. That doesn't work, folks. So really take the time to understand the market. I always stress, get 3 agents in. Just amuse yourselves. Listen to the bullshit if it is bullshit, whatever. Pick the individual that is going to feel comfortable with, of course, but also providing you with the right information. And it's just not, and don't take it that it's the right information that you want to hear. It's the right information of what the market is doing today. That should be your number one objective.
This is 1.14.
Yeah. Nice area, but I don't think it's a 1.14,
Nope.
right?
Between 2,000 and 2,500 square feet.
Right. Right. Pool in the backyard, great. If you're backing on the ravine, maybe.
114, Mark. It shows well, but there's no grass.
No
Barely.
grass. I know it. People, that's what I hate about pools like that or backyards like that. There's no grass. It just feels like a concrete jungle.
Well,
It
people
doesn't,
don't like it, eh?
I don't like it. No.
No,
Like,
no,
no.
and you know what? Like I said, you see some and you think, oh, this is okay. This is a decent price.
Yep.
Jessica Drive in Barrie, 1,099,000.
Yeah. There are a dime a dozen them ones.
They've done it's nice in there, Mark. They've opened it up, eh?
Yeah, they've opened up. It's not that price. Look at the kitchen. Look how narrow it is.
It's tight, yeah.
Right. It's not. Floor plan's big. What have they done? They've done flooring and lots of pot lights.
They did flooring, lots of pot lights. They changed out the railing. They updated the bathrooms. And this is another red flag of listing, Mark. Here, I'll stop the share for a sec. One big thing that I find, don't overdo your house.
Well, yes, and depending, right? I mean,
If okay, Mark, if I'm
and
on,
gotta
if
still
I'm
price it to the
on,
market.
if I'm down on let's pick a street where I had my house on Athabasca. Okay. Decent area. Not the greatest though.
Mhm.
Don't put in $100,000 inside because I can't get it out for you.
Not getting it out. No, you got to be very area specific if you're going to do that, right? And we
I
see
see people sometimes overdoing it, and then when they come to us and they were like, well, I just put in $150,000.
yeah,
Well, you're in a terrible area and I can't get that out for you.
that's a good point, right? You got to really look at your area, what your neighborhood cap is selling for in the area. Because like I said, you could overdo it to a point going, oh, now I got the most expensive house, but it's nice and pretty. But I don't think there's a buyer there for that right now. I mean,
Taylor,
which one, Taylor? Well, Taylor is an example where that was just a miscommunication from an agent.
no, the one that's listed now over 1 million that they blinged right out. And you're like, they're never getting that on the street.
Oh, no, I know. There's a few on there too, right? And we've seen that over on Cox Mill where that listing, you could show that if you want to pull it up, Cox Mill, I'll talk about it maybe. I think it could be a good one to show. I think it'd be a great story because we know it so well. I'll talk about it when you get it. This was bought in 2022 at the peak and I think they paid 1.2 for it, and they've done a total gut, exterior, interior, you name it, they have done it. Tried selling it for 1.6, 1.7 in that range for 2 years.
It's not
Long
this
story.
one, is it?
No, no, it's active. It's 1 point. I forget the price point.
This one's active.
That's not the one though. That's 3 million.
Is this it now?
Go up. No, It's a two-story.
This
That's
is
it.
it.
Okay, so pull the history up. I think that's better. So, because then let me finish the story so then we
Okay,
can
go ahead.
type of history. So, they sunk hundreds of thousands of dollars into this property. They bought it at the peak. Prime example, they thought, okay, well, whatever. They maybe thought that this market was keep going, but look at the price points that they tried. 1.7, 1.7, 1.5, 1 point this. Long story short on this property, this is when they bought it. So
900 basically and 21.
but I think it was sold more than that. Hit it. There it goes. So they paid,
1130.
so they bought it right at the peak. Okay. Show the pictures of this. This is important to show the pictures, and we just because it's going to lead into the topic of people overdoing it. Not a bad looking home. They wouldn't get 1.2 for it
No.
today, not even close. But show the people, give them idea of what we just talked about overdoing it. Nice area, great area.
So it did have hardwood, but the kitchen was dated.
Yeah, well, just keep going to the pictures and wait till they see when it's done, because they've done a bang up job with it. But it's really risky when you start speculating on a market when it's gone up so much. And I really believe that these people thought it would keep going. So they
Ceiling was nice.
put lots of money into it. It didn't pay off. They ended up, this is a power sale listing now. So they should have cut the loss, but that's not for me to decide. But
Well, and I get sellers all the time, Mark. Oh, should I do this? I'm going to do this. Oh, I'm going to pay for this. Oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And like, it's a danger to overdo it, because if you're into it, okay, so we saw those. If you're into it too high and you're putting too much and the neighborhood doesn't warrant that,
you're not getting it.
you're
Pull
not
up,
getting it.
pull up the listing now, the photos of the final product now.
Okay.
So the viewers can see it. So it's listed for right now for 1.3, I might as well call it. This is the new look now. So they've done the driveway, new garage doors, exterior, new windows, probably all leaves, you name it,
Okay. And Mark,
landscaping.
here's a good learning thing for people. If you had brand new normal aluminum doors, which were probably a third of the price of these, it would have been sufficient. Like
Yeah,
sometimes you gotta watch where you spend your money, because you're overspending on things that aren't going to sell the house.
yes and no, though. I think you got to be careful in saying that. Like, I like upgrades and pretty cells, but you have to really know, you can do it on a okay budget. You can, but I wouldn't recommend everybody go out and deck out your house to sell it. No, you can work with what little changes that can work for your neighborhood, for the price point's important. This area is a real nice area in the community. And I think the people that bought this thought the market would keep going, and I'll get 1.6 if I put 200 into it. It didn't happen. Like, look what they've done. They've opened things up. Look at the staircase. Look at the finishes in there. It's phenomenal what they've done. They've done beautiful work at a very hefty price. Like
I don't
that,
even like some of these things.
I do. A lot of it I like. It's just very
Well, I
expensive.
don't like that they took the eating area out of the kitchen, because now I can't have a little table out there overlooking the backyard, because they added this there. They put the sink on the opposite side.
Yeah, but that's
Like there used to be, you could put a little 4-seater table, right? And now you can't.
all island. But it just goes to show, you know what I mean? Sometimes you got to be very careful and really know what you're doing when you start going after higher price points. If your neighborhood won't warrant it, the market doesn't warrant it, don't do it. You can get away with changing basic lighting fixtures,
Flooring.
heat up, then change the flooring. You don't have to do redo a whole new bathroom. But depending on, there's lots depending on it. Just get some guidance through a realtor or someone that really understands the market.
Yeah, like this is beautiful. Don't get me wrong, Mark.
It's nicely done.
But like all of these things in here, all these built-ins, all of it, like how much, this is huge money.
They spent mega money and then ended up losing the home. It went power sale. And I still don't think there's a market there for 1.3 for that house. I don't at all. It's not
You
there.
know, and between you and I like the open staircases, but I don't.
Yeah,
Like, I like the look at them, I like the look of it. Like, even the basement, I think all they did was flooring there.
yeah, there's a pool, but, they've done
No
some nice
yard,
stuff,
no grass.
but
Um, One thing that I don't like about those open staircases, I'm gonna get the picture up, is see here, like, I have a grandson
well, sure,
and I have a little dog that would actually fit through there.
yeah,
So for people with little kids and stuff,
it may not work, but
like, they
cosmetically,
look beautiful, but they're huge money.
it's money. They sunk a lot of money into this house. So,
And look at that agent that was selling the one. Remember the one over on Brucker on the other side? And it was an agent and she bought it.
yes, 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 I do. She sunk a ton of money into it.
Oh, $250,000, couldn't sell it.
So, market
Like,
shifted.
and I understand. I find I also get a lot of people that think they should do this, and this. Like, a perfect example. My client one time had carpet. I was selling it on Booth on her stairs.
Mhm.
Rest of the house was hardwood. Stairs were kind of rickety. And I said to her, she goes, I'm going to get new carpet. And I said, don't bother. Get a cleaner, clean them really good. Someone's probably going to want hardwood on there. Well, I can't afford to do hardwood stairs. I said, then just clean them and leave them.
Right.
Okay. I come home from work one day and I drive past her house and her carpet from her stairs is outside. And I called her and I said, you redid the stairs and carpet, didn't you? And she said, yeah. I said, I told you it was $1,200. I said, I told you not to do that. Just clean it.
Sure.
I sell the house, Mark. It closes, it was 60 days. 60 on day 61, I'm driving home because it was on the way to my house. Her brand new carpet was out in the front of the house. They were
Yeah.
putting in hardwood stairs.
Yeah, I know, but but
Like, if it looked decent, it was okay. Like, sometimes, as long as it's clean and decent, she threw $1,200 away. That wasn't that staircase didn't sell her house. It's not going to sell her house, and because they didn't even want it and they ripped it out.
right, that can happen. And I went to a listing. We're listing this house 3 weeks. Client did a great job prepping it, the whole bit. And I walk in and there's no carpet on the stairs, and he just painted them gray. I'm going, you got to put new carpet down. Well, I'm just going to leave like that. Someone's going to want hardwood. Probably. They probably are, or tread caps or whatever they want to do. You're probably right. But they're not going to want to come in and see gray painted stairs. They're not. I said, you've done this heavy lifting in this house and you've done a lot yourself. And he's owned it for a long time. I said, go down into the carpet store. I gave him a guy to go talk to. It's probably going to cost you 12 to $1,500, but that's going to help sell his house. If I walked in, you got a new kitchen, you got new lights, you got new flooring, new light fixtures, everything else has been cleaned up really good, and you got no carpet in the stairs. Go spend the $1,500. You're gonna have to. You're gonna have to
If
do
it
that.
if it looks like shit, yeah.
Yes, it looked like shit. This can't work.
Like, and hers, I like, they didn't look bad, Mark. She got it professionally cleaned,
Right,
right? She
clean.
got it professionally cleaned.
You
And
need to
I,
go.
yeah, and I went and looked at them. I'm like, Charlotte, like, this looks good. Like, they're clean, there's no stains.
Yep.
Oh, but they're worn down.
Who cares? Just clean it, make it look pretty. All I need to do. Any,
Yeah.
any other red flags you think? I mean, I think we covered a lot of the pricing, and react too. Make sure you're getting up-to-date information on the market, what's going on, price changes. Keep yourself current. What's going on is important. Watch for new listings coming on the market. Watch for price
Well,
decreases. Watch for sold properties.
I was gonna say,
Always.
the red flags to me isn't looking at the new listings as much, the solds.
Well, it is a sold, and but I still think the overall people when they're selling their house, they should still look what's coming up,
I want
right?
to see if we can see some solds.
Right. It's
Can
it's
we?
important.
Well, you got to see the mark, but I mean, like I said, there's a lot of them that I see that come up are just crazy anyway. And so there's 9 price decreases, but as you can see, they don't go down much.
No, go to the solds. None of them are in Barrie anyway.
Now, what I don't understand is, okay, sold 13.
And this is just not all Barrie. This is Oromadante, Springwater, Severn, Rama, Tiny, ESSA, and Innisfil. And how many berries? One on here? Okay, so let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7.
7. And there's 584 listings. Woo! Be concerned about that one.
Well, this one is one I was waiting for, and it wasn't reported for a long time. $5.99 and they were withholding offers. $4.99 and they were withholding offers, and they sold got $4.80.
Yeah, well, 1% of the inventory sold, firmed up today. Can't say just sold today, firmed up. That deal, some of them sold with conditions. So there's the point. Not a lot of inventory is turning. Go through the numbers for the middle of the month, and then I think we'll wrap that up. But
Yeah,
look at the inventories. Look at the inventory. Look at the sales for since July 1st to July 15th.
huge.
Right? Huge inventory numbers, but 59, 75. And look at again with 5 to 6. There's not much in Barrie though, so not even a range. But 6 to 7, there's 72 listings.
I know.
108
7 to
listings.
800 is, for me, is crazy, because like 108 at that, like that it's not a low range, but it's still considered a little bit lower. You know what I mean?
It is. And look at the inventory levels and look what's sold in 15 days. This is going back to July 1st to 15th, but there's the concern. There's a lot of product on the market, Diane. And when we did this inventory, that was the number at 578 in July 15th, and now it's 584.
Oh my God, Mark.
A lots of sold, folks. So, do I think we're going to see the market change from this rate decrease? No, I don't. I don't.
Mark, we didn't talk about your biggest red flag.
What? Oh yeah, okay, we will talk about that. But okay. Yeah, because we did.
Picture, picture sell houses, people.
Yeah,
Realtor.ca, we have stats that show like 90% of the people, the listings are selling off of Realtor.ca. That's where they're finding the house. Okay. If your pictures suck, people click. We're living in a world where you just zip, 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 zip on your phone. So if they look at those pictures and they only go to 1 or 2. If they're shit, they go to the next one.
they move on. You lost them. And there's lots of realtors today taking the pictures with their phones. So that should be one question from every seller. Who does your pictures? Are they professional or are you doing the pictures? Because if you're doing the pictures, that's just saying I don't do too much business because I can't afford to spend a couple $100 or whatever it is for the pictures. It's pretty bad. And like I said, they don't get the right angles. They don't show off the property. It's confusing. How many times have we gone through those and we go, oh my God, this is tough to navigate this listing. Let's just move on. Buyers are doing the same thing.
I've
So,
seen some where they're sideways.
oh yeah, or upside down.
Like, yeah, people have to be aware that realtor, like you're like right now, the website, Facebook isn't selling your house. Instagram doesn't sell your house. Okay. People go on sites like realtor.ca. Now, House Sigma and Zolo get fed by realtor.ca people and the boards. Okay. So all of those house selling sites are all being fed by the central place. So if your pictures are not good and your listing doesn't show well, you're not getting showings, Mark.
or you're not going to. You're not. Oh, what's my thing? You're not at all.
Especially in this kind of market.
It's a tough
Because
market out there. And I don't
here's
think people
another,
realize it.
well, and here's another thing. So I went on to realtor.ca for somebody, and I just wanted to check out if I put the city of Barrie 600 to 700,000 or 700 to 800,000. over 100 comes up.
Yeah.
Okay, so can I take my client to 100?
Oh, no, you're gonna take them to the best areas and the best presentation and properly priced properly. That's what you're gonna do.
And
And
how am I going to figure out, like, I'm looking at the pictures, right?
well, quite a bit, and the price points, for sure you are, in the neighborhoods, what the neighborhoods are selling in that price point. There's lots to look at, and then they'll say, oh, well, let's go this one. Why are we going here? Because it's a crap area. Shouldn't be going there. It's way overpriced. Okay,
So
you're
we
right.
don't, yeah, we don't even go.
Oh, so I really believe a lot of the inventory could be turning better if it was priced for today's market. And it's not priced for today's market. We've gone through a couple, but it's not
People,
priced for today's
well,
market.
and I told you, I talked to a couple real estate agents over the last couple of days where everybody's saying, yeah, the market's really slow. We have more listings than we've had in 10 years, but nobody's dropping their price. Like the prices are still
Not
like the
selling.
one on Brucker. People aren't
Selling.
coming up and listing at a lower price, and they're not dropping their price a lot.
And they're not going to sell. Then they're not serious sellers. Take it off the market. If you're not a serious seller, say, why are you on the market? You're not going to attract that buyer. You're not. Unless you have something really niche product. Even then, if it's overpriced, it's overpriced at the end of the day. And buyers are not buying overpriced properties today. They're not buying properties, period, it seems. And we're seeing 10% of the market turnover in a month. That's not good. That's not good.
No,
So
it's bad, and people can be picky.
be picky. I really believe in being picky is right. Get what you want, but
And
if
if you're listing, like you have to keep things relative to your area, because like I find, I've had people up in the north telling me that, oh well, there's this one down like in Innisfil, same house, like almost the same kind of model or whatever, and they got this price because they're looking on House Sigma, right?
100%. Oh,
Mark, the north is worth less than the south.
it is. Neighborhoods are going to give certain valuations off. Okay, I think that's a wrap. I think we covered off some good points. Anyone has any questions? Anyone wants a honest evaluation? Call Dan or myself. And subscribe to the channel for more updates on the Barrie Simcoe real estate market.
Perfect.
See ya.
See ya.